Hi everybody, it's me Lindsay again with EquipMeOT here today to talk about non-medicinal pain management solutions. Now, before I get started, I want to put a quick disclaimer in that pain management should always be supervised by a healthcare professional. So if you are receiving healthcare professional advice on how to manage chronic pain, then I would advise you to continue to do so. All of these strategies that I'm going to be covering today are products and ideas that I have used in my own personal practice and that I've used really to help people function in their day-to-day and give them a little bit of empowerment over their pain. So all of these are non-medicinal in that they are not an oral medication. But again, I would highly recommend that you consider consulting with a healthcare professional for your pain management before initiating any new strategies. So that being said, let's get started. So these pain management strategies are going to be broken down into a few of my favorite categories of ways to deal with pain that are affordable and usually can be done by yourself or by a caregiver directly in the home. So we're going to get started with probably the most classic pain management strategy, which is hot and cold. Now, old dogs can learn new tricks. Hot and cold has come a long way as far as how you can use different tools to use heat and to use ice to manage chronic or acute pain issues. Now, just a quick caveat with ice. You're going to be using that primarily for acute pain, for areas of high inflammation, swelling, even incisional pain post-surgically, all of those types of things. That's where ice is going to be really, really valuable. It can also be used in more pinpoint pain issues like a bursitis or any kind of tendinitis, perhaps. You can use ice there. Heat is going to be more for relaxation. It's going to help with really tender muscles. It can help with arthritic pain. It can also help with nerve pain. So those two kind of have different purposes. But I wanted to show you some cool things because we've come a long ways as far as what we can do as far as pinpointing your pain management using heat and cold. Now, to start, a good ice pack. Now, a lot of people will use, the old standby was a bag of peas or whatever because it's flexible. So these gel packs are wonderful because they're going to give you a lot of flexibility of positioning. This is a really big one, which is great for backs. They have smaller ones for necks, shoulders, whatever you may need. But I love a good gel pack. I keep one in my freezer all the time. This one also doubles as a heat pad. So it can be put in the microwave and it holds its heat for a really long time. Another ice option that I really like are these roller balls. So this is an example of one. And it basically, the ball itself comes out, is put in the freezer at least 2 hours to get it nice and cold, and then it can be applied directly to an area of kind of acute inflammation, whether that's a muscle knot or, like I said, a bursitis perhaps in the shoulder area. These are fantastic for this. We use these a lot in the outpatient clinics. You can buy them right on Amazon, so links down below if you have any interest in this. This one's also nice because the ball can be removed and put into a hot water to warm it up. So it can be used as cold and heat. Another thing to think about when you're thinking about hot and cold are things like this. This is an electric hand warmer. For those of you dealing with arthritic pain or fibromyalgia or even reduced hand dexterity, hot can really help with managing that. So if you're somebody sitting at a computer desk who's feeling a lot of tightness and discomfort in your hands, consider getting yourself a little hand warmer. This one's really great, and you can get it for very low cost. So there's a little hot and cold. Let's talk about compression. That's the next area I really like. You can get compression for every part of the body. I've got these compression gloves. These are very light compression. I've got compression stockings here, all of which are over the counter. Now, if you have severe swelling or edema, you'd be going to a specialist to be properly fitted for your compression sleeves. But if you're just somebody who deals with some chronic achy pain, these can be fantastic in helping to provide a little bit of input into those joints to calm them down. Nerve pain, neuralgias, things like that can really be benefited by adding a little bit of compression. I love wearing these gloves myself as I have a little bit of arthritic change in my hand joints, and these can be really helpful in keeping that pain at bay. So don't be afraid to try out a little compression. These are going to be available again at any of your big box stores, or you can check out the links down below. And in the compression category, I also want to mention the value of weighted products. So weighted blankets, weighted masks. They have these really great new products for headache and migraine management. And the years I worked in brain injury and nerve damage, we used weighted products a lot to help to give compression to help reduce that nerve pain or even headache pain. I'm going to post some pictures here to show you kind of what these look like. They can be put in the freezer and oftentimes be made cold as well. So the combination of cold and compression and a little bit of weight can be enough to give you a lot of relief when it comes to headache, pain, and a variety of other areas. So there's my compression. Now the next one is a little bit of a medicinal option, but it's not your traditional oral medicine. I'm talking about analgesic skin applicable products. So this one is BioFreeze. I've been using BioFreeze in my practice for years as a topical application. This is the gel roller type. They also have it in more of a lotion product. There's many brands. There's Salonpas, there's Bengay, BioFreeze, and they're all kind of applied slightly similarly. Some of them have different odors that you might have to work with, but these can be applied directly to a sore area. I really like these to use for people who are in recovery mode. If you've had surgery recently and the muscles around, never applied directly over an incision, of course, the muscles around can become very tight and sore. So having something like this to apply around it can keep those calm so that you can really focus on your recovery process. So I love a good analgesic pain management solution. Simple to apply and very effective. So the next category I'm going to jump into over here is going to be your cushions, elevation, positioning products. So one thing that we overlook oftentimes in pain management is preventative pain management. So one of the ways we can prevent pain from getting worse or prevent pain in the first place is to be cognizant of our positioning. So ergonomics. I have here the Soft and Care combination. This one actually comes with both a seat cushion, looks like this, and the lumbar support like this. So when applied to any chair, and this is very portable, it clips on and can be removed or moved to a different chair very easily. It can be used in the car, it can be used on a dining room chair, it can be used on an office chair. But having something like this can prevent back pain from getting worse when you have to sit for long periods of time. A good seat cushion can also elevate you so that getting up and down is less cumbersome, thus preventing extreme pain from forming over repetitive actions. So a good positioning pillow can be really valuable. Also, if you have any swelling issues, a good wedge pillow, and I'm going to post a picture here of a wedge pillow that can be used to either elevate you at the head, but also elevate you in the legs. So if you're somebody who deals with some chronic swelling issues, you know that swelling can produce a lot of increased pain in the ankles, knees, hips, you name it. So getting those legs elevated for periods of time and really attending to that need can prevent that pain from becoming debilitating or more problematic throughout the day. So good positioning is key. Now the last category I want to touch on is really one that's grown a ton, and that is mindfulness, deep breathing, and yoga practice. So as we know, being more mindful can be really helpful in reducing our stress and making us more aware of how we process pain. So by using these mindfulness strategies and these movement strategies that really help us to be more in tune with our body, pain management becomes so much better. So I want to post a couple of quick links here, and down below I'm going to give you some more information, but the mindfulness area has grown a ton just in the last year because of everyone being at home and dealing with the stressors that have come with these recent events. And the mindfulness app of Headspace, if you haven't heard of it, I highly recommend checking out. It's available on every Android and Apple platform. It's a wonderful app that introduces the concept of mindfulness and meditation in a very simple, accessible manner. So check that one out. I love it. There's also a ton of value right here on YouTube of yoga for beginners, yoga for seniors, yoga from a seated position. Really, if you have any type of adaptive need, you can find it here. Now, again, I would recommend that if you're very new to the concept of yoga or Tai Chi or any of those movement-based stretching therapies, you should do it with the supervision and assistance of a professional. But that being said, the value here on YouTube for free access to that information, just to kind of introduce yourself to it, is awesome. So I'll put a couple links down below to some of my favorite channels for that. So there you have it. This was a very quick demonstration of some of my favorite products for non-medicinal pain management solutions. If you have any questions or additional options that you'd like to leave me in the comments down below, please feel free to do so. If you got some value here, consider giving me a thumbs up. And as always, if you're looking for more video content on how to stay safe and secure in your own home and environment, consider subscribing to EquipMeOT. Thank you.